Welcome to Megapath Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today we're going to break down the next teaser for The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 5. Take a real quick look now. I just previously uploaded a prediction video taking a look at all the images from the original trailer, the Season 8 trailer, and I took out all the images we've already seen and we know about from Episodes 1 to 4, and I did a prediction video on Episodes 5 to 8. Now this one we're going to break down the Episode 5 trailer, and then also at the very end we'll cover a little bit about what I think each episode will contain. Now keep in mind, I don't look into any spoilers. I don't use those or rumors, because rumors are a different word for spoiler. It's better to play it safe. So if there's spoilers out there for the next few episodes and I'm predicting, what's going to happen, and I look like an idiot because I don't know, that's why I don't know, because I don't read the spoilers. Every year we get those comments where someone's like, but Ronnie, the spoilers are out. How do you not know what's going to happen in Episode 7? And I'm like, because I don't read them. Alright, so this trailer actually starts off with a, look at these two handsome bastards. This Seth Gilliam playing Father Gabriel. This really cool, I like this image, man. There's just some confidence there, some defiance. It escapes his expression rather quickly, though, when Negan charges him, but still, you have Father Gabriel kind of just right there, and I'm hoping he's out of ammo, because a lot of fans are like, why didn't you immediately pull up your gun when you saw that Negan was in the trailer, or some savior, someone you don't know. It's better to raise your weapon and then find out it's another survivor than get caught off guard. So Negan crosses the room. He was like in the shadows, crosses the room this whole time to ask him if he's wearing his shitting pants. So I'm really hoping he doesn't have any bullets, and that's why, because then he charges here. And we're not going to play a lot of the trailer for those who are going to bitch and whine right now, because sometimes you get away with it, sometimes AMC will remove your video because of copyright, so it's a bit tricky. So if you're mad at me, it's out of my hands, it's out of my control. Anyhow, so Father Gabriel gets tackled here. I'm hoping we can see his face, kind of where the defiance leaves his face. Maybe we can see it. Oh, no, we don't. So he gets tackled here. Maybe he does stay defiant the whole time. I like that. So this is Negan. I'm surprised he didn't scratch him with Lucille. And I love these hands here, the shadows, that silhouette on the window. I love that. He's pissed about what went down, and he's going to have a little discussion with him, and he gets over being pissed. And we'll come back to that, because now we have Gavin, who is clever. He's real clever. He knows the survivors can't do this by themselves. The survivors were successfully and quickly able to take out the lookouts and not get noticed on their way. Now, this kind of contradicts with what Gregory said, and this is why I want to mention this right here, because I did not talk about Negan having another spy because of what Gregory said, because I think Gregory might be lying his ass off. I think Gregory might either be one of three things. He's telling the truth and Negan has a spy, someone feeding him information, or Gregory is lying and Negan didn't know anything, didn't know the survivors were going to attack, and he just said that to get in good graces with Maggie to make it seem like he didn't do much wrong, or Gregory is exaggerating that Negan knew, because keep in mind, this all contradicts itself. Gregory's saying Negan knew already, but then in the same strength, Negan didn't have anything prepared and he still had his lookouts out. If I knew an attack was coming, I would not leave my lookouts out there to get killed, one by one, and just, you're losing people. That's so dumb. Same thing with his outposts. If he knew, why in the world would you leave yourself open to an attack? It doesn't make any sense, especially how Negan is in the previous episode talking about Episode 1, saying, I'm not going to lead my men into slaughter. It's a big fat contradiction. So I am leaning more towards Gregory is full of shit at this time, or Negan didn't get the accurate information about the survivors like Gregory is making it seem. I just want to add real quick, don't forget, Negan might not have an actual spy. I did predict that the binoculars we saw staring at Aaron's car while he was going back to the hilltop might have been the garbage people having a lookout on each community. If they are also reporting back to Negan, Negan might know that they're preparing, but they didn't quite leave yet. Negan might have known from the garbage people, if they were keeping tabs on things, that the good guys were preparing and making these armored vehicles. Maybe he didn't find out they were coming to attack just yet, but maybe he knew something, and that's what Gregory was talking about. So maybe it's not an actual spy, but it's just somebody on the lookout that's not a good guy. And again, this is a contradiction. Gavin is very clever saying someone in here made this all happen, and that's when we get this really cool scene with Simon. Look, I know Dwight does kind of squirm in his seat a little too obvious, like she looks really pretty here. Normally she looks like a mean bitch, but she looks pretty there. Anyway, so Dwight, look at him. He's like, look at this face right here. This is the, oh shit, this is the true, I hope you're wearing your shitting pants, Dwight. That, look at that expression. Fuck. That is great. Look at him. He's just like, Negan is gonna rape my ass with Lucille. This is not gonna be fun. And then we have Eugene, who obviously is afraid of being considered the one who helped let this happen. Maybe even Dwight said something mean to him or questioned him. And this could be one of two things. A lot of fans think this is Simon questioning Dwight if he had anything to do with it. And that's likely. He could be doing that. I think it might be misleading though. And Simon could be saying something to Dwight. Maybe Dwight said something stupid and Simon's putting him in his place. So it's a 50-50 chance, but I like this already. I like the tension between Simon and Dwight. I think this is a fantastic addition into the show that was not in the comic. Imagine adding Sherry to the mix. And I keep talking about this, about her being out there and her being found. Add her to the mix of, you know, will that be a race against time so Negan doesn't know that Sherry's still alive. Now here's Negan saying shush after making a bunch of noise. So he's being contradicting himself. Anyway, Rick and Daryl. This is from the previous episode, episode 4, where they knock the truck off the road. Or Rick drove the truck off the road, and they're going to get some weapons and dynamite out of this case here. But it does appear that they're going to be either hiding this, see them getting the bags, and that way they can come back. Daryl's going to leave, I'm predicting, he's going to leave, get some kind of vehicle, and come back to collect this stuff. He's got a little Jeep here. I don't know, this is odd. We see them driving away later on, so... No, this is the Jeep that they ruined. Remember the guy shot at the truck and hit this Jeep? That's out of commission. The radiator's done on that, so there's no way that's going to be, you know, drivable if it's the same Jeep. It could be a different one. Now I'm doubting myself. So Rick gets his weapons, he's talking to Daryl about what comes next, and it's likely that Rick is going to head either to Oceanside or to the Trash People group. And here's the image. So Daryl's riding away. There's not much on his bike. He doesn't have a whole lot he's taken with him. And look at Rick. Unless Rick is going to walk to where the book bag, let's say the book bag's down here somewhere off screen, and there's another vehicle he can jump into. I don't know if Daryl would just leave him on foot, so maybe that's the case. I'm going to go with that, because I don't think Daryl would just leave him on foot unless Rick says, you know, I can magically find a vehicle with fresh gas and hotwire it somewhere down the street. So let's just pretend he has the supplies and the truck, or he's going to take the truck and Daryl's got to come back for the supplies because Rick is going in a different direction for a different part of the mission. Now this is Dwight telling Eugene, if you don't get the Saviors out of here, I will. Now here's the thing with this. I think this is actually Dwight is at the end of his ropes, and this might confirm that Simon is pressing Dwight to get them out of there, and he might be talking to Eugene now, and he needs Eugene's help, and he's like, listen, we got to do this or else we're both done for. They're gonna get so frustrated and kill us thinking we did this, you know. I don't think he's gonna admit to Eugene at this point that he had a plan in it. He might. There's a chance he might. There really is, but I think it might be a little too early yet. Coming up with these zombies. This is interesting. Wait a minute. There it is. Alright, so look at the ground. Yeah, look at that ground. I'm thinking, what if he's looking up at these guys? But what would Rick be doing there? What is that? Alright, so I don't know, but maybe that's actually what Rick is looking up at. Walker's coming down on him. That might be really cool. Now, here's Rick and Daryl, and this is the guy who Rick threw out at the Jeep. And it looks like Daryl is going to kill him. Now, this is interesting. And I like this because Rick seems like he's okay with this guy dying. Now, we do know Daryl is 100% okay with this guy dying. But will Rick tell him no? Or did Rick say maybe we should let him live before this? I don't know. Rick looks really defiant. Like Rick doesn't give a shit. But maybe before this, Rick is talking to him like, Daryl, maybe we should see if he pulls through. You know what? He's injured, he's wounded, he's not going to be a soldier anymore for Negan. What if we can get him help and he can join with us after the war? And Daryl's like, you know what, Rick? No way. And Rick's kind of like grumpy at Daryl. It's building up. I like this. I want something to build up with him and Daryl. I like that. So Daryl's like, nah, fuck that. He's going to eat lead tonight. And then we got Gavin and Simon and all the leaders, Eugene, walking out of a meeting area, I believe. And this is where they start talking to the other saviors. I guess they're just going to build a plan for what to do next. Maybe send some saviors out to see how bad it is and start attacking the herd, maybe trying to get a hold of some outpost somewhere, or get to Negan, find Negan some way. Maybe they know he's locked up in this. We can start to see Negan's hair's a little wet and he's sweating. So it's like a hot box in there. They're trapped and it's hot. And he does say, folks are going to die tonight because I'm not there to stop it. You know what? I'm going to have to split these videos up. This is the end of the episode 5 breakdown. We're going to go into another video I'm going to post separately next, and that has to do with Father Gabriel and Negan. It's similar to what's going on here, but that has to do with something that will not expire as far as the fans' interest for a lot longer than this video. This video about the predictions, once episode 5 airs, fans are going to be done with it. But the Father Gabriel and Negan prediction little discussion breakdown video I'm going to do, that's going to be relevant for at least another year until we get to the moment that comes after All Out War. So I'm going to make that its own separate video, make it a short one, that way you guys can burn through it. We're going to end here. Put your thoughts, theories, and predictions down below. Keep in mind, stay away from the little prediction video comment sections like this video, because there's some spoilers floating around out there for the mid-season finale. We'll discuss that later on today in a video that's coming, so stay tuned for that. Alright, and then next, immediately after this, I'm posting the Negan and Gabriel video, so stay tuned.